Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, y'all. This is week 4 of the Poetry Slam, y'all. We have made it to the finals. Yo, the final four. Tonight, we will crown our king or queen, y'all. It's a lot on the line. Tonight, we go find out just exactly the companies, who they picked to one, go on tour, and two, who's going to be the poet to spit at the Engineering Black History program, y'all. It's money on the line. It's a lot, y'all. Poetry is being placed in places that I ain't never seen it before, y'all. Tonight, we in for a show, y'all. Tonight gonna be colossal. But hey, as y'all already know, I can't do this show by myself. I feel like it take a team, it take a village, and not just to raise a child, y'all, to raise a poet too. So y'all give it up for my boy right there in box one. Y'all give it up for Big Uno. Let's go.
What's up? What's up? Hey, it's the finals. I hope everybody bring their A game. I ain't gonna just be giving out no tens. You better earn them tonight.
Okay. He said he not giving them out. You gotta earn them. And
Gotta
y'all,
earn them.
my second resident judge, Kimberly Stewart. Hey,
Hey,
she's amazing.
y'all listen, y'all know I didn't have my lipstick on when we started, so I had to get this thing together because I'm ready. Y'all know red lip means business. Okay, let's
Let's go.
go it, y'all. Let's go.
And y'all, in the guest judges seat, y'all, this the last night we gonna be with these poets, y'all. Hey, I've enjoyed them, y'all. I've enjoyed every one of them. The feedback, their presence, the vibe, y'all. It's the bittersweet, y'all. It's the finals. But y'all give it up for Alex. She has some of the best, funniest, like, oh no, she had me smiling over here. So y'all give it up for Alex. Alex, you want to let everybody know how you feeling tonight?
I'm good, and I'm excited to see what surprises folks got in store. I hope nobody gets naked though.
Nah, we try to keep it family friendly. And y'all, listen, he wasn't with us last week. He had some business to take care of. Understandable. We poets, we working. Y'all give it up for my boy Red Lion in the building, y'all.
Listen, I came here specifically for violence. I came for bars, ballads, and blood, and that is what I expect to get. And yeah, so I'm excited.
Let's go. And y'all listen, none other than the man himself, the myth, the legend. Y'all give it up for my boy Z from Baltimore. Let's go.
It's the finals, so the A game has to be brought, and I'm here for it. So
Let's go. And hey, the calibration poet is myself. So I'm gonna do my introduction and go into my piece. Here we go. Yo, growing up, my pops and I, we played all types of games. From freeze tag to football, throwing frisbees to boomerangs, yo. Boomerangs. No matter how far you threw the disc, it would never forget from whence it came. You see, it always seemed to come back again. And yo, I love shooting hoops with pops because you got points for making goals. And yo, if the game got fouled, you just got more shots called free throws. And listen, and Simon says you could always win as long as you did what you was told. You see, my pops and I, we played anything from Nintendo to dominoes. But yo, it seemed like our most played game was hide and go seek. He would tell me to close my eyes and count to 10, and he warned me not to peek. So once I began to count about 3/4 of the way, I would say I figured my father was about 5 seconds away in the distance. So I used my sixth sense because somehow I knew that by 7 o'clock it would be too late. You see, Dad always made sure that I ate. You see, this was at the age of 9 when I first started count 10, ready or not, Dad, that the games begin. Y'all, in a matter of 10 seconds, my eyes were open. Each step bringing me closer to my pops. At least that's what I was hoping. So as I turned each corner of the house, expecting to see his face, you see, seeking for my father drew me further from home base because Dad, he set rules, but he didn't set boundaries. So every corner that I turned in life had me searching my surroundings, taking advice from unsound things. You see, several years had gone by. My dad was still in hiding, so my mom and my sister joined in to see if they could help find him. So I left them with the rules and the instructions as I began to walk these streets of destruction. You see, I found it harmless to homogenize with the effects of these causes as I watched greed breed thieves among robbers while men stole hopes and dreams from fathers, leaving sons and brothers to become bothered. You see, this world, it forced me to become a perfect man without even giving me the perfect role model. And y'all, it was sad because it was dad that left the aftermath and told us to solve it, while the remainder of the family had the multiplications of divide and choose to equal the effects of what we order. But these fractions of seeds square root the family trees up tomorrow. But dad elopes like slopes, rise over run, carried the one, made this problem even harder. Tell me, how do you balance the equation of a family without the presence of a father? Because dad, this equation minus your existence is senseless. The big picture is slaughtered. We're posed in position, but not quite. Snapshots taken, but we're not exposed to the light shaking, but still no images are in sight. Listen, dad, I am your son. I cast images of your reflection. I said, I am your son. I cast images of your reflection. And yo, mom says that I look just like you, so now my identity is in question. Because without your presence, I loosen the grip of affection, but somehow with ease, I clench fists and I bend knees, hoping to run and be relieved of this aggression. But dad, I've been constantly ripping and running in these streets. And listen, I've been running for far too long that now I got blisters on my feet. So please come out wherever you are, because I am tired of hide and go seek. I'm tired of playing these games of charades, so please stop acting and just speak. Listen, I need you to just talk to me. Better yet, dad, I just want you to listen. You see, mom, she's been acting real strange ever since you came up missing. She's been wandering in dark places just to get men's attention. And some nights I've even seen my little sister following her in the distance. So I'm counting on you to come home and fix this. I close my eyes and I realize that I am still counting on you. And listen, there's 18 million others that's counting on you too. 90% in which have become runaways. 80% became rapists because their anger has been displaced. 70% became pregnant and even dropped out of school, while 60% committed suicide. Dad, they were just dying to be with you. 50% lost hope and lost interest, while 40% never even knew of your existence. 30% questioned their sexuality, while 20% was left with an uneducated mentality. And sadly, only 10% of man has known family as a normality, because ever since the fall of man, this nation has lost its standing, and we've landed into fatherlessness, which opened our home to unwelcome guests, defibrillated our hearts into cardiac arrest. But with the ruach of God, our lives have been recessed, restoring the hearts of the children back unto the Father, restoring the family structure into the place in which it ought to, dusting the debris from our knees. We stand part because we were created in the image of our Father. I said, our Father which art in heaven. You see, it was with his words that brought us together, equipping us with his visions forever, just so we could see what God was saying. You see, the word became flesh and the word became man. And this man managed to come from a manger, while manhood manufactured the Savior. At the mention of his name, he manifested a manual, and he left the definition of a man inside of a manual. I said, he left the definition of a man inside of a manual. Listen close. I said, he left the definition of a man inside of Emmanuel. That's that piece, y'all. Let's go. Judges, it's on you, just so they can see how we doing it on tonight. It's the finals. Uno, where you at?
Hey, listen. Y'all know that's big dog to me. That's listen. My boy came with the performance, the memorization, the delivery, the inflections, the engagement. That's what I'm looking for all night, bro. This the finals. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. That's a 10. We're gonna start it like that, 10 piece.
Oh my God!
Let's go.
Oh my God!
Kimberly
Oh,
Stewart.
doubled up on you, bro.
Kimberly.
Listen, what I love about you, Jo, is that I don't care how many times I might hear the same piece from you, you have an ability to deliver it differently, with the same meaning. Like, I've heard this piece, and part of the way through, I was like, have I heard this? I have heard this piece. It's like, I reckon that, but maybe it's a did he? No, this is the piece. And literally, it evokes so much emotion. The performance, the eye contact, the memorization. You know this piece like the back of your hand, and you came to slay this piece because it's the finals.
Right.
And so you brought out the piece that embodied you. And that's what I'm looking for tonight. And the props and the background and the lighting and the sound. And
Let's go.
so go ahead and give yourself a 10. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself a 10.
Oh my God!
All right, Alex the Great.
10 toes down.
Oh my God!
Fingers up.
Thank
10.
Thank you. Red Lion.
I knew it was serious whenever you threw the pen at the screen. I was a little offended a little bit, but I mean, I was like, he throwing the pen at the screen. Okay. And then he slammed the book down. And I was like, my man is putting his whole body into this piece. Okay. All right. With that being said, this score would probably be dropped because as much as I enjoyed it, I would have loved, this is just personally, and this is just a nitpicky thing. I would have loved to see more diversity in tonality. Because if you listen to how the piece progresses, it's like you're starting off as a boy, and then it's like you're growing up into a man. But I didn't hear a boy at first. I just heard, you know what I'm saying? I heard the man the whole time, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, just from me, because I think there's a difference. You are very much a storyteller, and because you're a storyteller, I would love to like be able to sink into that story a little bit more. But you know, with all that being said, I mean that's hard. So that's a 9.8 for me.
Let's go. 9.8. Z,
Bruh, like, how you gonna start off like that? Like, that ain't fair.
It's the finals.
Bruh, that's right. The writing is next level, the storytelling is next level, like the intricacies of the poem is just next level. But like what Red Lion said, I'm gonna judge you as if you were a contestant in there, so I want to be fair. So I would say this to anyone: that poem is amazing. For me personally, it's a little long, but that's all I can say. So 9.9.
Let's go. So poets, hey, the judges gave you the real film tonight. But yo, it's time to get the show started. So you know what time it is. It's time to mix words and emotions with confidence and emphasis. You see, it's the hottest show with a poetic flow, from the one that brought you right and chill, often imitated, but no one ever duplicates the feels. Every Tuesday night at 10 Central, our words weigh heavy on your mental. Yo, we interrupt your normal program to bring you Jo Speaks Poetry Slam. Let's go. Hey, the first poet tonight, y'all. He been riding that last seat for a minute, y'all. Tonight, he is kicking the show off. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all, none other than G.O.D., the General, on deck. Let's go.
The word why. See, that word right there is the biggest understatement in the world. Like, why I can't be this and why I can't be that. Why I can't be skinny when I'm fat? And some wonder why I can't be white when I'm black or black when I'm white so they can live the life that they want to be raised. But my mind amazed at the word why is, why do we cry when people die or just leave? But you're at ease when someone's born, but you mourn when they die. Why? See, y'all might not feel me at this second, but I'm trying to bring the past to the present and let you know that you're crying about the past and not thinking about the future. Because if you was thinking about the future, you'll cry when they're born and smile when they die. See, some cry out of joy for the newborn boy or girl, the ones that know that this world is corrupt and filled with hatred, killing and devilish things, only if you bring it on yourself. But why cry when you knowing they died and gone to a better place where there's no sadness on faces, no wrong places to live, where people are quick to give and hate to take, a place where river flows of milk and honey, a place where there's no use for money, a place where you were waiting to see the people that you've been crying about when they left the day of the earth, but you smiled on the day of their birth. Now I know it may hurt if they leave in a horrible way, like being shot up or being locked up for life or dying a car wreck or die of a massive heart attack or just a freak accident, but accept it because it was their destiny. And in some way they leave back history so he or she could live on in your memory. Remember this, patience is a virtue. And your family be waiting for you in the best outfit there is. Not to go to the club, but to show love with open arms, to greet you to the life that you've been waiting and worked so hard for. So be looking for them when you get them golden pearly white doors. Why?
All right. Oh no, it's on you.
God. I appreciate the piece. Thank you very much for I appreciate you took last week. They were saying it was kind of mumbled. You cleared it up. You came with your finals. You came with your final swag. I see it. I appreciate it. I think I heard that piece before, but this was, I think, the most clear. It was smooth for me. The only thing I wish I know you got the hoodie on, but if you could have like just drop the hoodie so I could have got a little more, so I could got into you, I could have gave you a higher score than what I'm about to give. So with that being said, I can start y'all with a solid 9, my brother. That's
All
how
right,
you start out.
That's what's up. Kimberly Stewart.
So, in general on deck. What up, though? I am a fan. You know this. I love the mystery because you are kind of like a mystery to most people. So I like the brand choice. Um, and the hoodie and the sunglasses and all of that. I guess we could have taken some eye contact, but to be honest, you engaged us. I felt engaged through the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like you were talking to us, and even your body movements made me realize that you were talking to us. Definitely have heard the piece before, and what I love about this time is that you were fully in control. And that for me was like, yep, yep. Also, too, the thing that I love about it is you let your bars. I'll use that word because I Byron loves that word. You let your bars rest. You know what I'm saying? Like you let those punchlines rest a little bit. Even though they weren't like all these different, metaphors and different things that were like super, super, but you let them rest with us to be able to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like the simple fact that, yeah, we cry when somebody leaves this earth, but we should probably be crying when they enter it. Like you made us think through every single thing you said. So I'm gonna stop talking because I'm long-winded and I talk a lot. I think I like seeing my lips move. That's what it is. It's the red lipstick. I get intoxicated. So I am going to give you a 9.1. Okay.
9.1. Thank
Mwah.
you, Kimberly. All right, Alex the Great. It's on you.
You were incognito tonight with your sunglasses or your stunner shades at night and your hoodie on and all that stuff. And I was kind of, I guess, in some tension with that because I felt like it might have been intentional for that poem for this performance. But I also wanted to see you like I don't know, what you got, pink eye or something? Why you show your eyes? It's like if you was gonna get on stage somewhere, you wasn't gonna put your hoodie on and put your sunglasses on and do that. I don't know. I'm all about the eye contact. I just feel like when y'all cut your heads off and do all this, it's like I automatically like just start to kind of fade a little bit, I guess. I was still like tuned in to what you were saying, but I guess my ADD was kicking in. I was like, that's all I could focus on for some parts. But I think you did good. But I'm just crazy, so I zoned in on one thing. So I gave you a 9.2.
You said 9 point what?
It's a 9.2.
9.2. Let's go. All right, Red Lion.
To this day, still the smoothest poet in the competition. My goodness. So the poem itself, well written, thought provoking, and a lot of imagery at some points. So I thought the poem itself was great. I guess my nitpickiness is pretty much like everybody else's. Not so much the hoodie, but eyes build bridges. So it's important for me to be able to see you, because there were times where your head would turn, and I wanted to believe that you were like, I know we're online and it's virtual, but I would love to believe that you were making eye contact or that you would make eye contact with an audience member, but we can't tell because you got the shades, and that's an aesthetic choice. I believe that this piece is best, like in my opinion, it would be best suited for a set. That way you can be as theatrical as you want to. That way you can incorporate the hoodie and the glasses and everything. But for a slam competition, and this is like this once again, it's just a nitpicky thing. I probably would have went with a harder piece only because you're the first one up. And you're setting a standard, and like, what I'm saying, we just listened to J.O. go through his, piece. So automatically in my head, I'm just like, okay, man, he got to come out here, with something like really tough. And the poem was dope. Don't get me wrong. Like the poem was solid. It was great. But I think strategically speaking and trying to compete against the other poets who, are going to come with like their best stuff, I probably would have picked a poem that would have, garnered at least a little bit more emotional attention and everything. But that's opinion. That's just my opinion. But we are judging you on the poem. And to me, I believe that poem was a 9.1.
All right, 9.1. All right. Z from Baltimore.
Yo, one of the things about being in a slam is personally connecting with the judges. And you got me this time, bro. Like, I like the hoodie and the shades. The poem that you did was something that I've thought about a lot. And like, as soon as you start talking about it, you kind of grabbed me, and I'm like, all right, yeah. So what's your thoughts on it? What you got to say? And that really like hit me. And so, and then I'm judging off the progression too. Of all the times I've seen you, this was like you at your best that I've seen. Only thing I would like is probably a little bit more performance, like a little bit more like get about your seat type stuff. But it was great. I'm gonna give you a 9.5.
All right, 9.5. Let's go. Y'all give it up for my man G.O.D. kicking it out tonight, y'all. He went up. Hey, we'll drop you backstage. We're about to keep this show rolling, y'all. This is the finals, y'all. Next up, y'all know her, Auntie. She came to do her thing. We'll roll this intro, and the next voice you hear will be Aunt Donna. Let's go.
All they got for us out here is 2 tears. 2 tears in a bucket. Mother. Ain't no mothers out here. Ain't nobody's mama out here. Ain't nobody crying no crocodile tears. Ain't no palm trees in the ghetto. And don't nobody give about Skid Row. It's just tents on top of tents and breeding violence and cries and signs and coughing about 19 times because that Rona get up on you. And then there's silence. The silence and those silent nights are violent nights. You got to be ready to fight because there's a homeless plight and his greasy hands be grabbing for your promised land. Ain't nothing promising out here. Ain't nothing promising about this place because women, we are not safe because only women bleed. We bleeding on these streets. We bleeding on the concrete. We bleeding all our monthly out. We bleeding out because we got to have the money to say, oh my God, today am I going to be clean or am I going to eat? And I can't stuff enough socks in this hole to make my soul feel whole enough to feel good enough about myself to love a man. I got 2 tears in a bucket. And I take this bucket everywhere I go. I need this bucket with me because this bucket is where I can pee. Because the gangsters own all the toilets. I get arrested for being homeless. And that violence is always silence. It's never going to be viral enough for me. Y'all sweeping up the streets, sleeping where I sleep, sleeping up and sweeping up the parts of me. All I got left is 2 tears. 2 tears. 2 tears in this bucket. Mother.
Let's go. Y'all give it up for Aunt Donna. Hey, Uno, kicking it off. Let's go.
Aunt Donna, here you go. Here we are. I appreciate the piece, Aunt Donna. I really, really do. You always bring it for your finals. So people tend to kind of count you out. I've seen it before on the other platform that we were in because I had the pleasure of seeing you. So I was looking forward to seeing what you were going to bring because I know this is when you tend to excel. So you got your props, your performance is there. So I can't take nothing away from you on your performance. The piece, I was connecting. I've experienced that before. I've experienced homelessness before for 2 years. So I wanted to relate, but then it became kind of like one-sided, and I was like, let me listen. It lost me a little bit right there. But not to take away from the piece was well written. It's you. It's what you do. So with that being said, I'll give you a 9.2. That's how you start, Donald.
9.2. Let's go. Kimberly Stewart.
Auntie. That's my auntie, y'all. I don't care what y'all say. That's my auntie. And she cute. So I gotta do an extra claim on that one. I was like, that is the cutest homeless woman I've ever seen.
Kill.
What kind of homeless? I was like, I'm sorry. It's very fashionable. It's very
fashionably homeless.
I was like, can I wear that? I think I want to wear that. Straight up. I was planning my earring choice and everything. Anywho, I want to just, first of all, when you first started, that's where I was in my head. I was like, okay, what is Auntie Donna about to do? What is she about to do? Like, I was so excited, and I kind of got in my own head, but you like brought me back like right away. Because the seriousness of what it is that you were talking about. What I love about you is that you're able to take these things that we need to know and you're able to make them palatable, you know? You're able to make them in a way that even if we don't understand them, I can understand. That's kind of a quality that is so, man, it's what sets apart a pop star from a singer. A pop star makes us all feel the song. We all sing it along with it. We we are all, we're all jamming with it because they're able to relate it to us. When you think about Whitney Houston and you think about Mariah Carey and you think about Taylor Swift, even, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what it is that they're talking about, um, you know, we can palate it. We can understand it from a different lens because you give it to us in a way that we can understand. And I love that. Um, I expected you to go a little harder. I'm not gonna even hold you. I expected you to come super, super hard. Um, but I do love the piece. And so I am gonna give you a 9.5.
All right, 9.5. All right, Alex the Great.
Yeah, usually my gripe with you is that you're too dramatic or too theatrical, but I feel like it worked tonight. For you, for me. Um, Jesus Christ. I was, yeah, just escaped me. I felt like it was, like it was like it could have been a monologue in like a play. Like, so I was tuned in because I'm into theater and I so yeah, it was heavy on the storytelling. I love that too. And poems, usually when something is easily distinguishable to me, where it's like this is a play or this is a set or what have you, comedy set, then I'm almost like, but that's not a poem. But I don't know, it worked tonight for me anyway. And I don't know, I think it was the right amount of what you gave. I gave it a 9.5.
All right, 9.5. That's what's up. All right, Red Lion.
Listen, Auntie, I don't know what they talking about. That mug was great. I don't care what they say. I'm joking, man. Speaking on monologues, I think, whenever I studied poetry, monologues are actually a form of poetry writing. So, we utilize that a lot in theater. I think what I would say, as far as advice wise, especially when you're doing those monologue-ish type of pieces, I would stay away from what I like to call fluff rhymes. So it means that rhyming in places that you don't necessarily need to rhyme in. And I get that we do that because it's appealing to the ear a lot of times, but street and concrete, like, it's like, we get it, but I mean, it wasn't necessarily like necessary. And you have to be careful because sometimes it could come off as cheesy, right? Also dragging your words. Monologue pieces, some of the most powerful ones are just ones where you're having a conversation. So there are times where we might drag the words on. It kind of gives that Love Jones-ish kind of vibe, which in some cases is dope. But I think just for your piece and the parallels that you're making in the real life stuff, I feel like, man, I just need to hear you. I just need to hear you say it. You know what I'm saying? I think you could have made this sound as ugly as possible, and it would have hit me a lot more emotionally. You know what I'm saying? But man, I thought it was solid. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was great. For that, it's a 9.8 for me.
All right, 9.8. Let's go. All right, Z from Baltimore.
So I guess I'm the odd man out again. It kind of took me a little bit to get into it because at first I was kind of confused. Up until you got to a certain point, I was like, oh, all right, now I see what the poem is about. Maybe that was just me, but the subject matter is really good. for you to talk, because like for me, I haven't heard a whole lot of poems addressing the homelessness, and also like as somebody from inside looking out. So that was good. I like the prop. I like the way that you acted it out. I will piggyback off kind of what Red Lion said. I feel like if this poem was read more serious, like more emotionally gripping, it would have got me a lot more. But you know, but yeah, I'm gonna give you an 8.9.
8.9. Got you. All right, y'all give it up for Aunt Donna. She did her thing. Thank you so much, Aunt Donna. I'm gonna put you backstage. Hey, y'all, this is the finals. This is the top 4 going out for that number 1 spot, y'all. We gonna keep this night going. Give it up for the next poet. Y'all give it up for Relly, y'all. Let's go.
We gotta save our youth. Yeah, we gotta save our youth. We gotta save our youth. Yeah, we gotta save our youth. It was the realest moment when my youth said he hates police brutality, because I've been put behind bars just for spitting this poetry, and that truth wasn't meant to stop you from speaking your mind, but to remind that his problems are the same as mine. See, Brownsville be the hood my friend Matt got stabbed, and where they jumped little Vicky right on Sutter Ave. Every morning take the 3 train to Rockaway. Wonder if I gotta fight to save my life today. The truth is I never fought. I'm not a savage like they say. I elevate to feed my mind, and I keep above the fray. These hoodlums aren't our enemies. None of us chose this way. But here's a lesson on conditioning. What we were taught back then, it still applies to today. And we were taught we weren't human. Our skin got us slain. So I returned to Brownsville, teach how poetry saves, because we got to save our youth. Yeah, we got to save our youth. Yeah, we got to save our youth. I said we got to save our youth. A city with no youth is like a car with no gas or a cup with no juice. It's empty, running on air, sipping on E. Believe me, you don't want to see a place with no seeds. GMO, a kid, well, that's just a baby goat. But these, they're more like sheep, convinced they must follow to fit in with the heap that comes their way from the time they're born in the USA. Shepherds, wolves, it's all the same in this world where we wear the oppressor's name, in this world where they try to keep us locked up. But what's the missing key? It's in the minds of our young people dying in the streets. That's why we gotta save our youth. I said we gotta save our youth. Open their eyes to the truth. Show them they are the tools. Tell them there is no youth looking outside of self, because the tools are in you. We gotta save our youth. We got to save tomorrow. It seems so distant from today, but it's sitting right here in front of our face in Brownsville, barely able to sit still, sitting right next to me, writing the beginnings of a poem about police brutality. We got to save our youth. They're mirroring misconceptions they view on TV like click, click, tick, tick, tock, erase individuality, block. I didn't come to preach. I came to teach up top, to learn, to feed this yearn, to overstand, because far too long my people been crushed under the weight of this land. I look my students in the face. Put pens and papers in their hands, arm them with something that they never have, something that's always been bubbling under these rugged Brooklyn streets, something I only had to awaken, ain't even had to teach. It was already in their reach. Put the textbooks away. Shed the history of slavery and oppression today. Hang it up on the shelf. Because our youth, well, our youth gonna save themselves. We gotta save our youth. We gotta save our youth. And that's that piece.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, appreciate you. Uno, it's on you.
Really. How you doing? I hope
I'm
you're doing
good.
well. I appreciate your piece. Hey, I have this thing in my head. I have this expectation of Remy, and I hate to say it. I'm sorry, but I have this expectation. I have this thing in my head that when you come, you control the room. You demand to be listened to. You come with a strength that I'm always accustomed to hearing you in your pieces. So this piece, I see you tried to switch up the delivery, and you tried to come with a little rhythm, and it threw me off. It threw me off. The delivery, the cadence, I understand. I hear the flow. But for you being so powerful in the way you deliver and you command the room, it took from your energy. It took from your essence of who you are as a poet to me. Not saying that the piece was horrible, not saying that it was not well written. It was. It was well written. It just kind of threw me off, and the beating on the chest kind of distracted me. So with that being said, I'll give you a 9.4, man. Appreciate it.
9.4. All right, Kimberly.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing? So, first of all, let me just say, okay, tattoos. I know I've seen them before, but like I just met them today. Hi, how you doing? I ain't up. I ain't up. So, super sexy. Like I ain't even mad about it. I love your femininity. I love it. You know, it's a different kind. Um, and so I'm gonna give you my gripes first, and then I'm gonna give you my praise second. Okay. So my gripe is that whether you know how this game goes. This is the first time you've ever come into the room and not changed the atmosphere. We were all uncertain. You saw the judges judge Auntie Donna, and we are all sitting on a bag of uncertainty right now. And like, if anybody else could come in the room and make us certain, it's you. And this is the first time I have ever seen you come in the room and not change the atmosphere. And I was kind of surprised about that. I was like, oh, okay, she's going to keep it going in the same vein. And so if you're going to do that, then you have to like dive all the way in. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be all the way so far in it that we don't have a choice but to be like, okay, this is what we should have been feeling before. And so don't leave us in a question mark, you know? And that's where Uno and I can't speak for my back because they always disagree with us. They always be on something different. I don't know. They didn't get the memo. No, I was kidding. They on their thing. They on their thing. They are professionals. They are who they are. So that was my thing. But it's on brand. It's on brand to Relly, you know, and what she talks about and who she is and how she understands the community, her community. You know what I'm saying? The community that she loves. Why I'm talking about you in third person, I don't know. But that's just what we doing right now, okay? You know, it's that inner tree, it's that inner core, and it's the mama in you. And I love that. I absolutely love that about you. And so I literally am like okay with the fact that, you know, we gotta say like that's very Relly to me. That's very I ain't throw you under no bus. I drive a Porsche. It's not a bus. But no, you know, it's very Relly to me. So I'm not mad about it. I just really wish you would have like do what you can do and that slap us across the face and make us go in a whole nother direction with you, you know? So Relly, it hurts me because I always want to give you a 10. Like it's just I always want to just say Relly 10. Um Yeah, I don't know. Can we come back to me? No? Okay. Uh, I'm a gosh. I'm a I am going. Shut up, Uno. Shh, get out my ear. I'm gonna, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you a 9.4.
9.4. All right, Alex, the great.
So I think I'm about to do what Kim was talking about and always disagree with her, I guess. I would start by saying that I appreciate your, I guess your candor, your authenticity, your commitment to your call to action, your message. It's one noteworthy, one worthy of sharing. But the thing about it is when you prepare for the slam, then you got to prepare for, I guess, kind of, I don't want to say consequences, but the consequences of that is like if you're gonna stay true to yourself and do the poem, it's gonna change your vibe a little bit. It's all because it felt off to me from you. It felt like you felt like it was off. If you're gonna do the poem, it's gonna change your vibe a little bit. You're gonna slow it down, mellow it out, or what have you. Then if it's something that you're not as comfortable with, I guess, then I wouldn't do it in the finals. For me, that wasn't a finals poem. That wasn't a finals performance. From you, especially from what I've seen. I've been here the past 3 weeks with y'all, and Kim was right on point when she was like, we the room was uncertain. Like every time you step on screen, like we've been locked in the past 3 weeks. I've been like, okay, like you ain't coming to play. But today it was very meek and mild for me. It was almost juvenile. It was I feel like if you would have eliminated the song aspect of it, the chant and the kind of the refrain, and just stuck with the words and the message and actually performed the poem, then that probably might have changed things for me. It was like I was waiting for you to do a whole step and everything. It was given like that episode of A Different World with Jada Pinkett, 911 emergency, reconnect the community. But it's like it's a dope message, but that wasn't the performance for it. So if you're gonna do it, go all out with it. So that's why I was waiting for it, the step and everything. Like if you're gonna do it, let's do it. Like go hard, or go home. So I guess that's what I mean by be prepared for the alternative or the consequences of that. Is that, but don't take that to mean don't stay true to yourself. If that's the poem that you said in your head, this is what I'm sharing tonight, I need to get this off, then don't listen to me, forget me. Do what's on your heart always. But if I'm reading what I thought I was reading, it seemed like it fell off of you or you wasn't that comfortable in it doing it. I gave it an 8.7.
All right, 8.7. All right, Red Lion, it's on you, my boy.
You know, it's layered because on one hand, I think that it was a bold choice to do something different. I think it was a really bold choice to step out of what we were expecting. You know what I'm saying? So for that, I respect you tremendously for that. On another hand, as you were presenting your poem, I could see you looking off to the side, which indicates to me that the poem wasn't all the way memorized. And I want to believe that it's possibly because you're trying to save the best for last. I think maybe you wanted to kind of come out the gate a little softer. Maybe that's what you were doing, and then maybe you were just gonna kick it like really hard these last two. The thing about it is it's never assured, which is why every single poem that you do has to be a headshot. Every single, especially if it's competition. If it's competition and you know there's a prize at the end of this thing, everybody's competing. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, the poem as it stands alone, poem is written well. It's great. It's solid. I don't mind the chest tapping. I don't mind all of that. But when you don't know the poem front to back, you lose us. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear it in the words. You can hear whenever you kind of drag a little bit on the lines, because it's like, okay, it's like you're thinking about, how am I going to say this and how am I going to keep the rhythm? Because the rhythm hasn't already been practiced and established completely in your mind yet. So it comes off as draggy and slow at some points. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not upset that, you know, it was something different. I'm just disappointed that the presentation wasn't as excellent as I've seen from you, because you are a phenomenal poet. You're a phenomenal writer. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we gotta keep it moving. So with that, my score is 8.8.
All right, 8.8. All right, Z from Baltimore.
Yo, I really liked it. Like, for real. Like, I like the chest tapping. I like the hip hop aspect of it, like the hip hop aesthetic of it. Cause like me being someone who has taken songs and put them on the stage as acapella poems, and so like again, like a personal connection with the judges. So like I picked up on that personal connection with me personally, because like I love the hip hop aesthetic. The only thing I would say is that you know, I did want a little bit more emotion from it, because like it seemed like you were focused more on keeping the rhythm than you were of giving us everything. You know what I mean? Because this is the finals. You know, this is the finals. Like when I was on final stage to win this belt, I put everything I had into it until I was on the floor. And so that's what you want, and especially when you're talking about saving the youth. That's like a real like passionate thing. So like I want to see that passion come out of you when you're talking about it. That's the only thing that I would say. But I really did like the poem, yo. So I give you a 9.5.
All right, 9.5. Let's go. Really, thank you so much. Good job. Put you backstage. Y'all, we're gonna keep it up. Y'all, we almost at the end of round one. Y'all give it up for none other than Lady X. Let's go.
I engaged a page and write of a teenage love sad, cause me and my pen disengaged. In this ring, I'm enraged. My worth is, well, it's calculated and gauged. I flirt with work, yet hate that I'm a slave. I want to be what I can beyond Plato's cave, not cage in the 9 to 5, defined by minimum wage, where my spirituality is staged, and I'm stuck in need to be saved with $1, hoping my words, if I holler, could assuage this constant urge to rampage, the same streets that my age ancestors have marched to have their hurts upstaged by our need to flash and outshine, while trying to get money we got left behind. Our lessons prepaid, our minds been moonshined, and most don't want to think any longer. So thoughts are arcade and designed to be mislaid and purblind. We hear the rich say self-made yet headlined. America today has been pined, boxed, displayed, enshrined, while life is surveyed and death is dateline. I take breaths to be signed and spitting with mine, but most refuse to hear my unwind. Why? That jealousy has us maligned. I'd rather see us fall blind, because faculty has been assigned to our selfish behinds. I script my words to refine, yet BS herds weak minds. Most don't want to think anymore. So thoughts are arcade designed to be mislaid and purblind. I script my words to refine. Why? Because pussy, money, and weed is all we find. And no, not the weed that we grind. The kind that's worn in second lines. The untamable, unwanted, unsought buying combined. I write to ask questions like, do we hold a higher power, or is this rambling it then goodbye? See, subconscious minds, they catch divine, yet mankind's left behind. True meaning of our time. Does our God wear them? Since we have them outlined, we're disinclined to give in, holding no peace of mind. Our light within, has it resigned too with the cotton gin? Do we know or improvise? Are we even here? Or have we been? hypnotized by the string of lies, which becomes the lives we're living, wishing guides would come by in the form of God's forgive sin and heal our swollen eyes. All we see are images of victimized next to kins from scrimmages we're placed in. All we see are images of victimized next to kins from scrimmages we're placed in. Are we his, or have we been deprived our truths for so long that our roots grow strong as our boots muster homes that our youth take down? Won't question who. Are we wrong to follow suit? They gave us guns and told us shoot. We'll take our tongues if they refute. Now with words, winds and lungs, we're mute. Expressions hung. Our past was brute. The flash was sprung. Our class saluted. Hey, there's no war in Iraq to be won, but who gives a hoot? Is our race done? Because this disrepute is painted in shade all over America's coot face. Our cry is now a transverse flute. We give the skies rain, and our astute has become a game. We now hustle for food. So do we praise God's name or give into the same things that attribute the need for change in homes and you? Are we here and hear a truth? Thus King James, root, permute, be ashamed of fathers or youth. Pull my words like a wisdom tooth. We flightless birds in Poland boots. Be transferred, become a sloop. You've been preferred, go ahead and root on what you heard. I write because I need my own truth. Now, have we found it, or is it falsehoods which we salute? I'm Lady X. Thank you.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's do it. Uno, it's on you.
See, listen. I'm finna make somebody mad. That is the way you come in and capture the flag.
Oh.
You snuck right on in there and stole the room. You stole the room. That I appreciate the inflections. It was a conversational piece. Your pen was crazy. Your bars was there. Like you kept me engaged. I don't know if it was my connection, your connection, or J.O. connection. That's the only time I actually broke eye contact because I was engaged. I was deeply engaged. So I was thoroughly entertained. With that being said, I can give you a 9.7. I appreciate that.
Gratitude.
9.7. Let's go, Kimberly.
Well, hello there. Hi. It's so nice to meet you, Lady X. I think I met you finally. There she goes. First of all, let me just say, I'm tripping because, like, the only thing that would have made this a little bit more perfect is if you were in Relly's background and she was in yours. Like, that's the only. I'm the brand chick. Okay, so, you know, I'm just saying, like, the background would have matched you a little bit more, and it was like what you just gave us was like a reality check, and somberness to joy, depending on whether we overcame the very thing you were speaking of. You know, you literally made us like check in, like you made me check in with myself. Like, do I have the thing? What is my thing?
Looking for it.
Do I have it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this thing that you so passionately speak of and love, like, where's mine? You did that. And that is the thing that the greats do. You know, like, it's my hats off to you. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I wish that I could have been seeing this long time ago with you, like, because for a long time I didn't get you. I was like, you sound great, your pen is nice, but I didn't get you. And today I feel like I got you. You know what I mean? So, and I love your skin, and I love your authenticity. You know what I mean? Like, I love how you are who you are. But today I actually got to meet who you are for real. I've been guessing every other week. And so with all of that, you know what, Uno? Let me give her flowers, okay? with all of that being said, I'm gonna give you a 9.8.
All right, now,
Okay, thank you.
all right, Alex the Great.
I didn't understand the poem, and I was trying so hard, and I think that don't got nothing to do with you. That's probably me. Um, but I think just be, um, where am I going? The I guess I kind of got lost in the cadence, the rhythm, like it flowed. It take me with the current almost. The best metaphor I can use there, but I mean, always you true to your style. You do good work. What portions and lines and that I picked up. It's so deep though. It's extensive and expansive. Your mind is like, how you coming up with this? Which is why I needed to probably sit with it more. Which is maybe how I should have said that. I wish I would have had more time to sit with that. That's something that a person needs to marinate on. Because it's good work. I give it a 9.3.
All right, 9.3. All right, Red Lion.
I think the thing that I hate the most is the fact that you were killing it and the computer started, like, you know what I'm saying, buffering in and out because you was really eating. Like bars were crazy. And out of all the time that we've been here, and once again, I think this is a strategic thing. And I love to see, and I feel, I like to believe it's strategy, right? Because we haven't seen this particular version of your art until right now. You know, I think on one level, like, you know, it's chess. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that you can bring this up in the finals, and now it's like everybody has to watch out for you now. Because it's like, dang, bro, I ain't even know she could do all that. Ain't nobody tell me she could do that. So you know what I'm saying? On one hand, I think strategically, like I think that was really smart to kind of withhold, and even your look and your demeanor is different than what it's been, man. We got a little bandana up there, we got a snapback. I'm saying we got the hoodie going on, like you hip hop right now, and I love it. The poem, cadence, flow, everything, I loved it. I enjoyed it. At least the parts that didn't cut in and out. But I was able to get the gist of the piece, which is what's important. So for that, it's a 9.6 for me.
All right, 9.6. Let's go, Z from Baltimore.
Oh man. Strategy wise, I think you did it. Like there's a benefit to going last in a slam. You get to see what everybody else do, and then you get to come with what you think is going to win everybody over, and I think you did that really well. I love the piece. Y'all know me, I'm biased. Like, I'm a slam poet. I like 3 minute 10 seconds. After that, it kind of lose me a little bit. So like when the poem is a little longer, I kind of get lost in it. But it was really good. It was really good. I'm gonna give you a 9.7.
All right, 9.7.
Gratitude, Richard.
Appreciate you so much. All right, Lady X, I'm gonna drop you down to the green room, and while I do these scores, judges, I got a question for you guys since this is y'all last week. We're about to go into round 2. Alex, Red Lion, Z from Baltimore. Think back to your first time slamming, your first slam. What was it like? Like, what's something that stood out to you specifically that you would share for us and even like upcoming poets that's either slamming now for the first time or want to get into it even more? We would love to hear your stories. Just keep it brief while I tally up and go into round 2. We'll keep it in order. It's on you, Alex.
I think for me, a good thing about my first time slamming was that I had already built some level of like camaraderie or community with um, the poets in the venue that I was slamming with by coming to the open mic space, and then by also coming to the slams they was doing and supporting it. So it wasn't as nerve wracking as it could, as I can understand it could be for folks. And so the first time was like, oh, like this is my weekly venue I'm coming to. It was just it just felt like getting on stage and doing open mic and just getting some numbers. Because most times all the time when you get on stage and to do a slam, you're not getting any feedback like you are now. So it's just you just gotta think to yourself, I'm never gonna see these people again. These judges, they give me some numbers, whatever. So yeah.
All right. Red Lion.
So before the first time I started slamming, I had already been performing at venues. I had already been performing at events and everything. I had just never competed before, and the first time I actually competed, it wasn't. I mean, I didn't have any. I guess you could call it nervous energy, but I think of nervousness as just energy that needs to be placed somewhere. So, I went into the slam. I actually won my first slam that I actually competed in. And I guess the advice that I would give is know who you are. And that was the important thing for me, because when I went into slam, I already knew who I was as an artist. I knew who I was as a poet, because I spent so much time developing myself before I even started competing. So that's what I would say. Know who you are, be confident in who you are, and be willing to, expand and grow yourself. And slamming, I found, was one of the best ways I could grow myself as an artist.
That's what's up. All right, Z.
Did he say he won his first slam? That's insane.
Wow.
That is insane. Oh, man. My first slam, man, I had no idea what I was doing. Well, no, the first slam that I went to blew my mind, and then I went to the open mic next week, and that was the first time I ever performed. One thing that I learned from slam is that going to an open mic and performing, people be like, oh yeah, you good. And then when you get to the slam stage, man, all that's out the window. Because like you could be good at an open mic and that's cool, but when you get on that slam stage, they're gonna give you a 6.5 and keep it moving. So like one thing that I learned from slam is you can't come in here with no weak sauce. Like you got to come in here, go hard every time. And me being someone that hates losing, it made me step my game up a lot in a short amount of time. Like it took me 3 months to win my first slam. And then like 3 months after that, I won the Grand Slam for the state. And that's how much I had to step it up because I kept losing and I hated it. So yeah, that's my experience.
That's what's up. All right, y'all, listen up. We got a ladies' night only, man. Next up, the three that will be in round 2 is Relly, Lady X, and closing it out round 2 is Aunt Donna. Y'all, this is round 2. This is a poetry slam. This is the finals, y'all. This is for the grand prize. Hey, round 2. Let's go. Relly, you up.
I have written many a poem. Poems for lovers, poems for revolutionists, poems with promising punctuations. I proliferate pandemonium with perfectly placed periods. I have been known to conjure powerful prose. With poetry, I paint pictures of mountains in nature whose arch resembles the diving slopes of a woman's hips pointing downwards towards heaven. I have been to hell and back in a poem. I've committed literary suicide and literally littered the subways with linguistics, dropping poems into the laps of strangers as I pass them by. I have written many a poem. But this poem feels different because I feel different today. I love myself harder than I ever thought possible. It is possible to fall in love with yourself over and over and over again. Today, I discovered how genuine it feels to be alone with just this paper and pen. I have written many a poem. But this poem feels like affirmation, like the mother goddess earth within me giving birth to creation and reverse mind manipulation. This poem is a self-care package gift wrapped and delivered to a nation of people who are told they must look outside of themselves for love. I have written many a poem. I've given myself bloodied with ink, offered up what I know, what I love, what I think. But the time has come to be selfish. The time has come to redefine self. Listen, give more to self. So that maybe, just maybe, when J.O. Speaks Poetry Slam comes back around next month, we'll all be so abundant, so satisfied within ourselves that nothing will be lacking when it's time to love someone else. That's that piece.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, y'all, this round 2. Uno, it's on you.
Okay, really. Way to shake back. Way to bounce back. Way to welcome to the slam. Welcome to the finals. Glad to see you. I'm glad you're here. With that being said, your performance was on point. You gave me good eye contact, even though you were looking off a little bit. You gave me good eye contact. Even you had a little hiccup, you still powered through that. Welcome. 9.6. Thank you.
All right, 9.6. Let's go. Kimberly Stewart.
I just like the way you say poem. This poem, yes. I'm sorry, that made my night. I was tickled. I was tickled. That made my whole entire night. I was like, come on, really, say it again. And then you said it again. I'm gonna give you a 9.8, boo. I'm gonna give you a 9.8.
Let's go. 9.8. Alex the Great.
Once again, it's on.
Let's go.
Act like you never left. Okay. That's from now on, that's how you drive. That's how you drive. That's how you supposed to drive. Okay. It's a 9.9.
Let's go. 9.9. Red Lion.
Oh, she here now, y'all. I knew that. I knew that wasn't it. I knew she had something else. Had to be. Because the other one, I don't know. That was your twin sister. That's who it was. That wasn't me. And then you came in here with the Omni mic too. All right, I see you, man. For the aesthetic, I like it. I dig it. Lord, it's great. Aside from that one little like stumble that you had, like it was just great. And then you think you're gonna get some style points for plugging that, you know what I'm saying, Jay is having another poetry slam. See, you think you're getting some style points. You see how she tried to sneak that up in there? That's a good plug. You should make that the commercial for next month. But anyway, yes, it's a 9.7 for me.
Let's go. 9.7. All right, Z.
You deserve those style points. Give her those style points. I'll give them to you. I loved it. I mean, just to piggyback on everybody else, like I love the poem part. Like I love that. And I ain't 9.9, man. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Let's go. 9.9. Y'all, we about to keep this party rolling, y'all. We about to keep it going. Really, I'm gonna put you backstage. Y'all, next up, they give it up for Lady X. Let's go.
I asked why too. I've searched the bottom of bottles and barrels, condoms and girls. New religions, divisions, changed the aim of my world to revolve. I played the role of problem solver, paid a toll and jumped across an old boulder-sized altar. I've sat in a house with no white lights, raised a niece with no wipes, raised hell of all types, became engaged, enraged, eventually Satan's wife. I've cried and tried to end my own life. Till I dang questioned why. Replayed for days in my thoughts as I'd blaze upon my eyes of my race. I'd look out and ask why. Why is church a crutch? Why much we strive to clutch what we can't obtain because the game was changed as such. Look, verses were twice removed versus the lives of dudes who live their lives in groups of classes, generating the masses who look down on us over rimmed Gucci glasses, laughing at our ignorant asses and asking, why are we scared into religion? The regions of hells amongst the living. Define yourselves by what they give it and find yourselves amongst division every Sabbath. Why have we strayed so far from the original plot? One God, one glory, no religion. You've got pastors lying on stage, which is what church has become, and we're numb slaves to the stage. Most deaf, blind, and dumb. Most cock, God, and run, thinking after reception we're done. But I forgot one question for the sum of all who believe. Did you find your answers? Or were you given one? Peace, y'all.
Hey, this round 2, y'all. They not holding nothing back. Uno, it's on you.
Yo, why was the silence in the first part so loud? I was like, ooh, she got my attention. I ain't say a damn thing. Excuse me. She ain't say one word. I said, what she finna say to me? Hey, you took me on a ride. I appreciate it. You're in your bag tonight. They gotta come get you. They gotta run you down. I don't care who it is. They gotta run you down. 9.8, man.
Let's go, 9.8. All right. Kimberly.
Hey, boo. So, yeah, you definitely are in your thing, right? And I loved the theatrics of the silence. I don't know what it was about. It felt like you changed your piece at the last minute, and I loved it. I was like, ooh. She was like, nope, not that one. I ain't mad at all because this is a competition. And you have to come with what you feel like is going to take out the competition. So I appreciate that. One thing that I have been strong on this whole All-Star season is about making sure that you appease the clients and or, the rules of what we're doing. So I did hear the slip up. I heard the language slip up. And I don't know if it's a slip. It's probably part of your piece. But when you are in a place where there's rules set or there's a client need to be met, you got to do that no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And if it's, beyond who you are, or I don't even know the words for it. I know some people are very specific about what they believe and who they are. And, they feel like it's a cop out or a sellout, I guess is what I'm trying to say, to not be who they are. That's cool. Also though, you're in an arena and you play by the arena's rules. With that being said though, your piece was so well put together. It so makes me understand. Like, I feel like tonight was getting to understand who Lady X was. And I appreciate you for putting me on the first row. and allowing me to be there with you. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm gonna give you a 9.8. I enjoyed it.
All right, 9.8. Alex the Great.
I know exactly what that silence was. And yep. And I hate to do it to y'all because I just gave this out a minute ago, but tying scores, it's a 9-9.
Let's go, 9.9. All right. Red Lion.
Oh boy, y'all gonna hate me. I like the silence. I do think it was a bit long. Also, and perhaps this was on purpose, but the piece was so good and short that it left me wanting to hear what else you had to say. And I feel almost like I'm upset that that it wasn't as full because it was so good. So now I'm conflicted. So now I'm conflicted. Dang, man. I'm just to let you know I loved it. Okay, it's a 9.8, guys. It's a 9.
All right, 9.8. All right, Z.
I feel like I said, when we in the finals and like personalizing things for your judges, I feel like that poem was for me. Like, it was the subject matter, the length of the poem, the bars in it, and then that poem felt like the most slam poem that I've heard through this whole competition. Like, that was one that I would hear on a slam stage from the silence all the way through. You know what I mean? Like, even if it was like a 1 minute, 2 minute round, that's like a slam poem. I'm giving it a 10.
Oh, let's go. Oh my God. Let's go, y'all. That's our first 10 for the night. Y'all, we about to keep this rolling. We at the end of round 2, just like that. Put your hands together, y'all, for Aunt Donna. Let's go.
You might want to take a tissue and wipe your lenses off. I don't know what makes you think I'm soft. Don't let these throw you off. Because this woman is a third eye chakra open, vagus nerve releasing, ear folding, belly dancing, jiggling, rolling. You know what it is. Everything mind tickling, universal human. See these wrinkles next to my eyes? That means I've had a lot of time. And that means you're going to have to live a whole new life in order for you to get smarter than me. And just because I don't say something don't mean that I can't see. See, I got Gemini eyes, baby. Eyes in the back of my head, double vision clarity. Sending me paper mache love letters talk about my face launched the nation. And it did. Listen, I don't need your desperation. I peeped that is long time ago. Everything you say is a lie, and your picture is as ugly as your intentions. And then I happen to mention, I don't know, that them pockets that you were trying to dig so deep and hard and long in, they don't even belong to me. So you can take your Cash App self right down the line. And listen, baby, my name is not Mrs. Jones. I'm here to let you know that the real Big Daddy is sitting at home. He's sitting by the fireside waiting for me. And one last thing I need you to do, I need you to swing by, baby, and do this for me and you. I need you to come by and pick up your feelings.
IT, y'all. Hey, Uno, it's on you.
Donna, you've been here before. You know what to do. But memorization is taken away from your performance. When you have to look down, you have to gather your spot, and you give us the little laugh. Memorization, if you get that, into your repertoire, Donald, you through the roof. You through the roof. 9.5.
All right, 9.5. All right, Kimberly.
Auntie, you know you tickle me all the time. Like your energy, man. It's the energy for me. Like you make me want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like you make me have to listen. And that's really kind of good and bad. Like in this round, because what we just were dropped off with was so heavy. I love that you changed the mood of the room. Um, I don't know. I think it was the memorization. It was missing a little something for me that I'm used to from you, you know? Um, but like your energy, like I'm just like, ooh, it's like I have to be in it, you know? Um, yeah, I've heard you do better and write better even, you know what I mean? And so I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And honestly, you're probably my favorite, and I'm biased. And so there, I said it. Um, I'm completely biased. I'm complete. I'm sorry. Anywho, I'm gonna give you a 9.7.
All right, 9.7. All right, Alex the Great.
Um, um, yeah. I was waiting for it to make a shift, I guess, at a certain juncture. Um, but it was right in the same highway. And but I agree with Kim. I do love your energy. It's always like on the up and up high, good energy. Um, I don't know that piece was strong enough for me, um, for this to be the final round or the final. You made it all this way. Um, I guess I've had gripes with the theatrics, but I guess I would have liked to seen the direction those pieces took before, like telling a story, I guess. And that's me. I guess how Z say, oh, you was talking to me. Then when you storytelling, that's for me right there. So I needed a little bit more of that, and the imagery and all that. I needed to be in there with you, and I wasn't. I don't know. It didn't sit with me.
Okay, that's fair.
I gave it a 9 too.
All right, 9.2. All right, Red Lion.
So I don't know if you pre-plan the order of your poems before or if you switch them up. But in the case, if it were me and I had pre-planned this, I would have put the poem you did in the last round right here.
Yeah.
Because that one, I'm still remembering that one and coming to where we are now. And don't get me wrong, because the piece as written is dope. Presented, it's dope. I agree with Uno whenever he said like looking at the paper kind of takes away from just the overall feel. But to Kim's point, you just have so much energy that it draws us in. But I would have strategically, I probably would have placed the poem that you did last round here, just because it's just a harder hitting poem. And then there's the other school of thought. I remember I was talking to a Black Chakra, and he was giving tips about slam poetry, and he says there are two types. There are poems that kick you in the chest and poems that kick you in the back. And we were already kicked in the chest, you know what I'm saying, from the previous poem. And I feel like you gave us that kick in the back because, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of like that unexpected, little deal. So as the poem stands, it's a dope poem. I just don't think it was as good as your previous poem. So with that being said, it's a 9.5 for me.
All right, 9.5. All right, Z from Baltimore.
Donna. So I love the way you started it with the tissue. I love the attitude. I love the way you ended it with the smile. That really got me. Your performance, your performance was really good. I think that was one of my favorite performances from you this time. I was just still a little bit lost as to what the poem, where it was going, like the direction of it. Like Alex said, like I was waiting for the flip. Like it's like when it's about this, but then it's really about this. But it really was like the same throughout, and I was just waiting for a flip for the most part. But I'll give you a 9.1.
All right, 9.1. Hey, I thought I'm putting you in the back. We're gonna do this math. And poets, also, y'all, this is about to be our last few minutes together. We're about to have one more round, 2 more poems. I want to follow up to the first question I asked. I talked about the first slam you had. I want to now give way to open up you to give feedback that may not have been stated tonight. If you could judge yourself that first night, the young you, the first slam, if you could judge that person, what words would you give that person? So based on asking what you learned, you know what I'm saying, in slam. And we'll kick it off with Alex. That's on you.
The judges don't know nothing. And the point is not the point. The point is some nonsense. But slamming really did help to kind of motivate. It helped me to really fine tune my poems to get to the real meat of the work, the content and the editing. The performance of slam helped me in the editing process of the actual poems because of the whole time limit and all of this. I had a little bit longer poems and I had an issue with trying to figure out when my poems was over, like when it should end or what have you. And I was like, if I ended here, I don't think I said enough, or did I say all the right things? But it helped me with finding that space, that sweet spot in there.
Okay, sounds good. All right, next up, Red Lion.
I guess what I would tell myself is just because other people don't agree with your poem doesn't mean it's a bad poem. And it doesn't mean that it's a throwaway poem. It could have its uses in other places. Maybe the poem that, well, at least speaking for myself, I remember one of the scores I got from the judges was, I think the lowest one I got in that first one was like an 8. It was an 8-1, and everybody else had scored me like with high 9s and everything. And I remember, even though I won, I was like, man, what was the 8-1 about? You know what I'm saying? It's like an 8-1, like bro, like come on, man, you need, you know what I'm saying? Fall in line. But just because somebody doesn't agree with your poem or think that it's as good as it is doesn't mean that it's any less. And on the other side, man, there have been times where I've tried different poems and slams and they don't score well, but I can do them in a featured setting and it touches people in a different way. So understand the difference between, that slam competitive piece that you're writing for a slam, and then understand the poem that you may use for something else. Maybe it's better in a video. Maybe it's better in a featured set. Maybe it's better written in a book for somebody to actually read. You know what I'm saying? Every poem is different. So just understand the poem that you're writing.
All right. Z?
Kind of what both of them said, but just to add on, just realizing that slam, like all the poetry isn't slam, because my first poetry show ever was a slam, and I thought that that's all it was. And then I started writing for slam, and that kind of hinders you a little bit because it hinders you from talking about things you really want to talk about, or when you're writing, you be thinking like, can this win in the slam and stuff like that, and like everything ain't slam. So just write for you, and then pick what you want to slam with. I think that's probably what I would tell myself. So, yeah.
All right, for sure. Yo, I hope y'all taking this in. These are some great notes, great feedback. Y'all, we are at the third round. we have gotten to the end, y'all. This is it, the battle of the last two poets standing. Give it up for Relly and Lady X, y'all. We're going to bring both ladies up. Both ladies up. All right. And I don't know. I wish I had a coin on me. Something told me to have a quarter, but I didn't. I don't have nothing to flip. What can I flip? Judges, one of y'all got a quarter or a coin? All right, we're going to go old school, y'all. We're going to paper, rock, scissors. All right. Lady X.
Hey,
Really?
you
Y'all
ready?
ready to do it? We're going to go old school. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ready,
Okay.
set, go. All right, paper beats rock. Really, you get to decide. You want to go first or second?
Ladies first.
Oh,
Ladies
okay.
first.
All right.
You could cab down, really. It's on you.
Okay. Who am I? Well, I'm the nappy-headed, unshaved blaze on that there junkie. You don't hear stuff like that on average, huh? I'm funky. I am the boom and ooze and funk. I am set that same funk up. Yes, an unschooled expression, skip school and the rude, pleasant lessons. So what? I am truth in wolf's clothing. I am the adoring aroma of weed. I'm the coma, not sleep, since the wheeze of the scenes of grease scalps and playground covered hopscotch queens, all afraid of Freddy Krueger and other grown-up things. I am intoxication, overpriced medication, watered down fuel, and a link to this nation's missing common sense, missing since 2 Fridays with Day 3,000 years ago. I'm the broke pockets, broken homes, and rolling folk from Bowen homes who sleep in the cold. I'm the honeycomb complexions of a rape slave offspring shot down by police in the middle of Peach Street. I'm the la-dee-la-dum-da. Yeah, that them little caged birds would sing. I'm the black and wrong directions, the complex lust erections, the mistrust, the effed up affections, the misbust and trained connections, derailing minds. I'm recollection of lost time, peace collections, court case with no objections, granting custody with defections. I'm me. Insurrections, and I'm rebelling like Michael Jackson. Why? Because I'm the posted, the lean, the chill in between, the mug off safety, taken lightly it seems. I'm life, I'm death, I'm transfer spent, I'm flipped, I'm burned, I'm torn, I'm bored. Here's my middle finger explored. Find a F you holding and pay me back up, baby. You know what? I'm lately with a lot on my mind. I'm history in 2023 and I'm doing hard time. Peace, y'all. Oh my gosh.
Give it up for Lady X, y'all. For the last round, I think we just go keep it going. Give it up for the next poet. Relly. It's on you.
You gotta keep your head up, king. You are more than they say you are. Gotta keep your head up, prince. Your mind will get you far. Gotta keep your head up, brother. And look your demons right in the eyes. And keep your head up now. Never let your spirit die. Take a look around. Tell me, what do you see? Has this world been any good to you or me? I know I'm standing here seemingly shackled free while y'all sitting there under tight lock and key. But I've also been a prisoner with face pressed on cold concrete. And I know most of the time my efforts seem so obsolete. But what happens when we all stop caring, stop trying, stop living? This is not a game. If it is, we sure ain't winning. I say we as in us. one collective unit. We fight our insides and wonder why we always going through it, because this whole system is broken. Every piece is corrupt, and I know these words as adhesive might never be enough, but you got to know how important it is to keep your heads up. Keep your heads up and eyes faced towards that sky. They give you darkness and water, so grow, continue to rise. Like the rose from the soil covered in dirt, you find life. I'm saying you can make a difference in this ongoing fight, this battle against our people, involving weapons, fists, words, and one messed up mentality that's infected the whole world. See, they're the ones that's sick, but symptoms affect all of us. Kings, I know your crowns are heavy, but please keep your heads up, because you're caterpillars. You're not soft. You're full of potential. And I know you might feel caged right now, but you are something special. So think of these words as the walls of your natural cocoon. And once they thought you was finished, you tell them, stay tuned, because you're evolving. You're undergoing a kind of transformation. If they don't believe, tell them ask the old you for confirmation, because this body, it's just temporary. Break it down, liquefy, never stay tied to your past, strengthen and focus your mind. Emerge from this place a brand new butterfly. And you better act like you know who you are. And always walk with some pride. Understand how important it is for us to keep our heads up high. That's that piece.
Let's go. Let's go. Ooh-wee. Listen. I'm glad I'm not a judge tonight, y'all. Ooh. This the moment we all been waiting for. We gonna keep it simple. We gonna keep it sweet. Y'all know how we do it. We gonna do it as it's a tiebreaker. But this is for the championship, y'all. We the team Lady X. Or we Team Relly. Hey, it's on you. The poets have spoken. Uno, let's go.
First, I want to, for all the poets, but for you two phenomenal ladies, for bringing your A game, for making this a pleasure. I appreciate both of you ladies. But both pieces, if we were just going to say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, these both to me would have been 10 pieces, right? But this is for it all, and I'm not going to drag it out for y'all. Really, I felt like you was holding back. And Lady X, she played her big joker to me. And I felt like she held that one just to win. I said, is she talking about going home? Is she talking about the hood? I was confused. Got me. You got me. I ain't gonna lie. I was excited. I'm back here throwing up. Hey, I'm like zone one, shorty. I'm Team Lady X, bro. I'm Team Lady X.
Let's go.
X.
I gotta be real. X, yeah.
Hey, Kimberly Stewart.
Listen, I had to go get a snack. I knew. I said, well, hell. It's about to be Relly and Lady X. First of all, congratulations on redeeming yourself. I'm just saying it because nobody else in the room would say it. I feel like this is probably what y'all thought it was going to be in y'all season. So congratulations for the redemption of that. Here's what I'm going to say. Lady X. Like the joy you have in being able to release yourself. I feel like last season you were doing everything to prove yourself instead of, even at the beginning of this season, instead of just showing us who you were, you know? And that's why I'm way more connected to you in this time. Relly, I mean, you just tickle me, Relly, like straight up. Like it just is what it is. I'm all the way tickled. But listen, this is what I had to go do because I was like, this is about to be a straight duke 'em out, duke 'em out, duke 'em out. Yeah. Yeah. So all I'm gonna say is welcome to Wakanda.
All
And
right.
I'm Team Lady X.
All right. All right. We got to hit that next row. We can take a turn. Let's see. Alex the Great. It's on you.
Um, I'm gonna give it up for Kim Snacks. They won tonight.
Okay.
Nah, y'all did good come this far. So if nothing else, put your hand up, throw it back, and give it up for yourself because you did that. Appreciate y'all commitment to the process every week. I was in there. What I want to say is, like, really good work. I love your the writing. I'm a like I guess is it called lyrics when it's not a song? I'm a lyrics person. The words is me. That's what I go for. So I'll be tuned in for that. I think y'all both great writers. Start with you first. Really good work with your writing, all of that. The singing and the chanting and the I'm gonna say Mama Sa Mama Kusa. Um, it just wasn't doing it for me today. I don't know. I felt like I don't like I gave this feedback to somebody else before last week or something. Like, if you're gonna come in here and start singing, you can't be lazy with it. Like, if you're gonna add that into your poem, because the past 3 weeks I haven't heard you doing no kind of chanting or singing or nothing, But I felt like you didn't know if you want to do a acoustics concert or do the poem. If you're gonna get in the lane, you got to commit to it and do it. So I was kind of disappointed with that because I've seen what you've been giving us thus far. And similar to what Red Lion said in a previous round, I'm not mad that you're doing something different. I'm just mad that you did it kind of halfway without saying the curse word here. I'm mad that you did it halfway. Would go hard or go home. So I feel like if I gotta pick one, it's not a numbers thing. I gotta give it to Lady X because she came in there with her like in the dominoes game and she slammed them down.
Let's go.
Give me my money. Okay. 25. I take that. Yeah, that's what she did a minute ago. So I gotta give it
on
to
you.
I am so torn. I'm gonna just say this. First of all, Lady X, I don't know if anybody else noticed, but I appreciate the subtle wardrobe changes that you made throughout the whole competition. Because you first started off with the hoodie and the hat was back like this. And then the second round you flipped the hat forward, but you kept the hoodie on and you unzipped it. And now this round your arms is out and your head, you know what I'm saying? So I noticed it. I seen it. But to the poems. I'm sorry. I had to say it because I liked it. I thought it was great. If I were to judge this on pure writing, or writing alone by itself, I would say that Lady X is I would give the writing edge to Lady X. Simply because just the creative way that she's able to string words together, while at the same time being able to tell a story that's relatable, especially to a panel of all African American judges who can look back and literally hear themselves in the poem. So there's that. Really, I can't stand you singing poets, bro. You singing poets always Because I'm jealous, bro. I don't like it. Like,
Apparently, I didn't sing very good, so
like,
don't be jealous.
no. Listen, because as soon as you started singing, I could literally smell cocoa butter. Like that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you define as good singing, but you had like that subtle rasp. I was like, man, I feel like it need to be some frankincense and myrrh up in here. So, you know what I'm saying? I could smell the sound. That's crazy. Anyway, so the ability to instantly draw people in, regardless of if the singing was what you thought it was. In my mind, as a listener, I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. All right, you were in F sharp, by the way, so this is great. And I love listening to it. But when you got into the poem, the writing was amazing, but just encapsulating and keeping me in the place that you were like that I was in at the get-go. I slowly started kind of like leaving it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say that, man, you seized my attention more than Lady X did. But what Lady X did was initially take us on a journey, right? And she was able to reel me in as she continued to go. So with all that being said, and once again, like this at the end of the day, I feel like this comes down to like preference. And I just preferred Lady X's poem, holistically speaking. So I got to give it to Lady X.
All right, Lady X. All right, Z from Baltimore.
Man, this was hard. I'm glad I get to go last. To be honest with you. And I like both. I would say writing wise, for my taste, I like Lady X. Performance wise, for my taste, I like Rel. But I like both of them. But I'm gonna say this: it ain't no way it's about to be no sweet. I'm gonna go with Rel.
Let's go. Hey, give it up for our champion of the All-Star, Lady.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Before we have a word with her, I do want to bring up Aunt Donna. Aunt Donna, I'm bringing you up because these three ladies did something, y'all, that and it's just the way things played out. These ladies are all winners. They're all winners. Lady X did an amazing job pulling the win. She was the last poet standing. But this season was different. We had prompts brought to us by companies. We had one from the Live Well organization, and we had one from the Metropolitan Water. And they picked the poets that they feel would best represent their company. And so with the water company, Metropolitan Water Company, they hands down, it was, I think, 4 or 5 employees. Aunt Donna, they have picked you to be the spokesperson at History Program. Give it up.
Congrats,
Thank you so much. I'm so honored. I am so honored. Thank you so much.
So you will be presenting for the legacy piece, and we'll definitely connect. I'll connect you with the company. So congratulations. For the justice and healing, I wasn't gonna say this here, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be candid. I think this is the best place to do it. They went with they wanted to go with the calibration poet. They was like, we want Z. And I said, no, you can't go with Z. He's the judge. And they said, well, who was the first poet? And I think they was confused. And so when they said first poet,
Z, you stole these people prize.
Listen.
Dude.
But she just said first poet.
I just show up here.
She said first poet, and I said, well, he was the calibration poet, but Relly was the first poet that night. She was like, yes, she was amazing. So Relly, you are taking the tour for the justice and healing. Congratulations, Relly. Ladies, this could not have gone in a better way. You guys are all winners. I thank y'all for sticking it out with me. The All-Stars was everything I thought it would be. Pat yourselves on the back. You guys have made it. I'll connect you with the client so that you guys can take it from there. I love the fact that I've watched you guys grow, not just from Bigo to here, but just in your writing. I've seen you for several seasons. I've seen you guys as judges, And y'all are just beautiful poets. I can't wait to have you guys come back, and you guys are sitting in the resident judge's seat. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you off next month. It's not gonna be the same setup as we did on Bigo. So if you want to compete again, I give that option to you because now we got real money on the table. We're not just throwing beans around. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for the 3 winners of the All-Star Slam, the grand champion, Lady X, the ladies that won the prop for week 2 and 3. Give it up for Relly and Aunt Donna, y'all. This has been an awesome show. And if you feel like you got what it takes to be on J.O. Speaks Poetry Slam, y'all, it ain't over. It ain't over. We got about 4 or 5 spots left for the next series. So make sure you go to jospeaks.com. Go ahead and fill out the form. Go ahead and pay the little $10. You never know. You could be the next poet on this stage doing what you do, connecting with clients, putting poetry in places it ain't never been before, y'all. We're not out of words, but we are out of time. Come back to us next week. It's Making a Cut of Series 8. Thank y'all. We out.